Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racers Driving League for Season 18, Round 16 of the Championship. Welcome to the famous Autodromo Nazionale di Monza for the Italian Grand Prix in our fourth 100% race of the season. It promises to be a spectacle at the Temple of Speed, as it always is, but qualifying moments away from getting underway. I'm Jose Garcia, here to take you through all the action of what should be another fantastic full-length Grand Prix. It should be very, very exciting indeed. The first cars are emerging onto the racetrack, being allowed by Imri for with this short qualifying session in this evening's race. 18 minutes before we head into the 53-lap event here tonight. Of course, in terms of the championship, the gap still looking quite wide at the moment. Of course, Grumio leads Che now by 51 points. It's the gap in the standings after, of course, Che struggled last time out at Zandvoort. A spin under the safety car dropped him massively down the order, and as a result didn't score as many points, while Grumio took a late penalty, but still managed to score a decent chunk, while his teammate Landlord in the end, post-steward support, went on to win the race. So another victory for Landlord, the second of the season. Of course, at circuit he's won out before, so see if he can win here again. Of course, his last victory is back in season 16, around 12 months ago, at this very circuit on F1 23. So we'll see if he's got what it takes to go 2 for 2, and see if he can do it over a full Grand Prix distance. So we'll keep an eye on Imri here to make his way through Ascari as turns 8, 9 and 10, that chicane, and heading down towards Parabolica turn 11, one of the fewest corner numbers on the circuit, on the F1 calendar rather, only beaten by the Austrian Grand Prix circuit. The Red Bull Ring only has 10. So into the last corner then, Monza stapled in history as Imri comes through to start the first lap of the race weekend and of the evening. So of course, long run down towards that first corner, very tight first chicane, turns 1 and 2. Look at that, speeds 210 miles an hour as he nears the braking zone, past the braking boards and into turn 1, locks the car a little bit there, keeps it under control, second gear, and on corner exit, going back to the gears again, hot lap mode and deploy, overtaking corner exit, and going down towards Curva Grande. Now it's turn 3, of course the long sweeping right-hander. Again, nearing 200 as he comes to complete the first sector. That'll be 26.3 for Imri. Into sector 2 now, down towards the Della Rocha chicane. That'll be turns 4 and 5. Over the curves, but they want to try and avoid that gravel trap on corner exit. Going into turn 6, number 2 Lesmos, turns 6 and 7. Keeping the car under control. Drop into 5th for both corners there. And into the second DRS, so heading back down towards Ascari again. It was a rather short lap here at Monza. Into Ascari now. Be careful on the track limits. It's very easy to go over that curb. Keeps it under wraps. Keeps it in the right lines this time. Fantastic for Imri as he comes through. One more corner to go. Just Parabolica left to come. Still plenty of DRS, which is a rarity given what we see from Imri during the Grand Prix sometimes. Off of turn 11 and through to complete the first lap of the session. Imri will be fastest so far. 1 minute 19.3. And the two RBs are already out on the track in the attempt to try and stop it. Grumio backing off there, giving Landlord a tow. So Landlord with a bit of a run there, 26.4 in the first sector. These two one behind the other right now. Matthew, Imri's teammate, in second. 1-2 for Haas so far, 1:19.432. Here comes one of the Saubers towards the line. That'll be Ethan. And PJ Callard, his teammate, in behind him. But again, they do the switch. And PJ will lead the train towards the first corner. But next car coming through actually a lap time will be Che. And damn, both cars going faster than EJ second place. It's separating the two of them. 1 minute 18.885 from Dan. EJ second, 1:19.024. And Che, 1:19.107. So Che is normally the lead car of those two. And obviously he's given Dan the tow as always. And it proves crucial at a circuit like this one. Of course, it's not as obvious in game, but the rear wing angle is always practically flat at Monza. Landor and Grumio are not on pace so far, 1 minute 25s. Both those two have work to do. I imagine we'll see improvements on their second lap should they choose to go complete a lap. Although they're of course going to the pit lane at the end of this one. But strong from the Ferrari so far, and strong from Haas too. Of course, Haas back into third place in the championship. RB now lead the way of the constructors. Ferrari was second. Of course, the lack of tow will cost a number of guys here if they go out separately. PJ invalidated his lap time. Ethan, I think, is coming into the pits. So Sauber can get a time on the mark then. 1:23.6 from PJ. Of course, invalidated. That only been enough for P8. Let's make their way through turns 1 and 2 again. Only 18 cars on the grid tonight, one of them being a reserve. That'll be HP Cook, of course, debuted last week. Standing in for 10th Cannon, who unfortunately misses this race. Red J is not here as of yet. Whether he's going to be here or not, I'm not too sure. I don't believe so. And we're also missing, if I double check my notes here, is that the two RBs go faster now. 118.7, 118.74 for Grumio, but Landlord fastest. Second car in that line once again. The toe is crucial. And EJ, AT rather, behind these guys. AT's done 2 laps, his best effort 1 minute 19.5. So only enough for P9 right now. Of course, scored his first points last time out. So there's only Red J as a car without a point. And in terms of missing drivers, Webbsy were missing in the Williams. Of course, it's 6th place in the standings. At no risk of losing his position in the standings. Quite a way clear of 10th, we'll see here ourselves. Caught there in P8, so only 7 points off 10th right now in the standings. Williams there in 4th place, obviously did dip in front of Haas a little bit prior to the last round, but the efforts of Matthew coming in and replacing Pope for the remainder of the season have been fantastic so far. He's yielded solid results in his first 2 races for the team. Definitely a driver that's settled right in alongside EJ, who has also been fantastic as of recently. There's 4 points he scored on debut in Belgium. So 13 cars at lap times, waiting here on the next 5. So Curtis going through his will be his first lap of this run. Ethan back on the circuit. Connie going in the pit lane. Alvar coming around with that lap, and JB is at the last corner now. Ben Ballard, it's his first effort. He went 29.4, which would put him 14th anyway. So he's going again now. Let's see if he's got the speed. Let's run on board with him here. Nice and controlled there from JB there. He's making sure that the 2 towards now, backing up towards Ascari once again. Keep the lap ballad through here, under control, very good. Of course, JB struggling in qualifying as of recently. Of course, Q1 elimination last time out in Zandvoort. We're still coming back to score point, or still had a solid race, all things considered. If I double check his result from last week, maybe scored points. I could be wrong on that though. So he comes up towards the line. JB's 7th place last week and 10th on the scoreboards now. So P10, just in front of HP Cook. Of course, Che fought back to finish 5th in that race. Dan finished 15th after a late puncture. So things didn't go too well for Ferrari last time, but of course, in terms, it was a 1-2 in the end for the RBs. Lando winning the race, Grumio second. That's how they run now. Down in P3, EJ still 4th, doing fantastically right now. Of course, that toe that he got off the 2 Ferraris, very helpful to him indeed. The 2 Haas cars behind them in P6 and P7 as of right now, so work to be done from those guys. And we'll see perhaps if they go out together, how much they can gain. They're running behind the McLaren, struggling a little bit. They're going through Ascari. There's a slide there from the car in front. That was. Has he gone off into the back? Who was that? Was that Ben? It was Ben. Ben struggling for control there through Ascari. We're not sure what was going on with the back end of that McLaren. And quite having to weave around him there. Something seems very wrong with that car. See the slides, he sort of struggles to keep it under wraps, but they need to pit lane now to end off this run. To get off those tyres. P17 from right now, 1 minute 20.3. Slowest of all the cars set lap times. Courtney Goblin has yet to his next lap. Che and EJ on the circuit together. And what's the game plan for these two? Into the pit lane, that's the plan. 6 minutes to go, so plenty of time for things to change. But whether they will is another story entirely. Two Haas cars, again running separately on their runs here. What's the game plan? Because notice how the RBs and Ferraris run 1-2 in this thing, or in terms of teams, and they were both following in each other's wakes throughout their first runs. So is choosing to run separately currently dampening their chances? Matthew pits in. Likely we'll see one more run from those guys towards the end of the session. Imrie on the circuit now. Bit wide there, sliding loose the back end of the car ever so slightly. Now towards the Scurry again. Oh! And off he goes. Oh, that's off into the gravel. And off into the wall. And Imrie goes out of qualifying. 7th place at best for the Haas driver. And potentially at risk for those guys who could improve behind. So there's Cotton P8, the next car behind Imrie in terms of the order. Just over a tenth behind. And he's done the same thing. But he's kept it on the road just. Very, very tight margins and little room for error at a circuit as fast as this one. Caught in the pit lane then after that minor scare. Only 2 cars on the track right now, those cars both on outlaps, those cars being JB in the Alpine and Ethan Nissawa. On both of these cars, Ethan the first of the 2 to come around and set a lap. And we're seeing one of the other Alpine Curtis emerge from the pits now. 3 minutes 25, and getting towards those crucial final runs of the session. Imrie won't partake. And a fantastic joke there in the Discord chat from Obsessed. Imrie ended up with a tow, but a tow back to the pits as opposed to a tow out on the track. So props to Obsessed for the excellent in-server comedy. Because Obsessed down in P16 right now, so hopefully he's got a plan up his sleeve. 1 minute 20.105, his best effort out of it so far. Here he comes though, out on the racetrack, we'll see what he's got. And a big train. all out on the circuit now. Because everyone want to leave it as late as they can. 2.5 minutes to go. About a minute 18, a minute 19 to set a lap around here. JB retiring now too. Has he crashed it as well? I think he might have done. PJ gets, unfortunately, he's despawned, but by the time PJ gets to him, I can only assume he's done the same sort of thing. So there's two cars who have found the end of their session at Ascari, and one of them who nearly found the same thing. So keep an eye out on these last runs for guys struggling at that chicane. Turns 8, 9 and 10. Matthew sits there behind a traffic jam as it stands now. Minute 35. Both RBs on the circuit. They're going through their last laps now. AT with them both. And EJ running with the Ferrari. So the Aston Martins have definitely got friends on the grid. There's no doubt about that at all. Going to turn 1 though. Grumio is there. Oh, over the curb and Loud sides a bit as well. So these two are following each other's line. They're back on the attack now, pushing towards turn 3. Keep an eye here. The Ferrari started their last laps. EJ through with them. 44 seconds to go. Alvar and Cott, the last two cars, come through and start their final laps. Ethan in the pit lane, one contact in this last part of qualifying. And this is for pole position in the 53 lap shootout around Monza in just about 10 minutes, in less than 10 minutes time. Landau 3 seconds down here. Backing off though, holding his ERS. Separating themselves from each other. Just for a little bit to get a good enough tow going towards turn 1. Whether all three of them will make it here, I'm not too sure. Has AT been left in the dust? Ben's out. He's crashed it at the first Lesmo. And there's a spin from an Alpine too. Second flag has just fallen. And that looks like Curtis has some kind of problem. Alvar, Ethan, HB Cook, Obsessed Gamer all over the line. All sorted for their laps. Next car through will be the other Red Bull of Courtney Goblin. Cott's out. I think he's crashed it as well. Courtney Goblin P18. Where is Cott on the circuit? He is there. He's lost the car there at the exit to turn 5. The Aston Martins and the Ferraris coming through. Che fastest, 1 minute 18.3. And that train all comes across the line together. Matthew into P4. The two RBs though. Grumio's are slightly up by 200ths. And there's AT in front of them as well. AT down by a second, so not getting that tow crucially. That's made a mistake early on, but Grumio could try and get that pole back potentially. He's 300ths up. Can't see Landlord's time. Looks like Curtis has a problem. He's pulled the car over. PJ the last corner. He's invalidated though. AT backing off. P9 for him at best, and this could be for pole. You saw a lock up from Grumio there out of the last corner. Has he got enough to turn up in the last sector and nab pole? He doesn't. And then there's Landlord. So Che then it's heaven for the Tifosi as Che takes pole for the race. Of course, Ferrari have won here before with Landlord back in his title-winning season. That was a long time ago. Could they do that today? Got an hour and a half or so to find out. Che on pole, then Landlord second, Grumio third, Matthew fourth, and it's Dan, EJ, Imri, Cott, AT and PJ running at your top 10 from there. Alvar, Ethan, JB, HB Cook, Curtis, Obsessed, Ben, and Courtney Goblin. Your complete order. I'm back with you in a few minutes' time now for the start of the Grand Prix. So here we go then, 53 laps, all that stand between our drivers and potential victory today here at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, round 16 of season 18 of the Races Driving League. It should be a fantastic encounter. And we're less than a minute away now from the start of the formation lap to get this thing underway. The fourth of our 6 full-length events this season. Of course, the next one being in Mexico in 4 races' time, and the finale will be, of course, the reverse grid finale. Currently at Abu Dhabi, but whether that will change later on, prior to the vote for finale track, which is likely going to be. Wait and see that. There's the circuit though. Monza, of course, fantastic. One of the oldest circuits on the calendar. 11 corners. Of course, you used to use the long banked turn on the exit of Parabolica on the left side of the racetrack, send that off towards the forest, and come back around again to complete a full lap. But of course, not to be anymore. Of course, many lost their lives at a circuit that was this fast, and obviously in the primitive technology that Formula 1 used to use. But no risk at today, of course. We have seen a number of cars lose at Ascari so far, so keep an eye on that during the course of the Grand Prix. It should be a very close one, of course. We've seen a number of close encounters on circuits such as this one, so some of the fastest circuits on the calendar this season. Of course, no Austria, well, of course, the ice trains are crucial. Zandvoort, of course, a lot of cars kept one behind the other over the course of that race. We've got 53 laps here to see exactly who will come out on top and who will emerge fast at that train. So we'll have a look at the starting grid, and of course the starting tyres this Grand Prix. Mediums and hards on off for everyone, only 4 cars taking the hard tyres. So Courtney Goblin starts on the back of the field, P18 on the hard tyre, and Ben starts alongside him. Poor qualifying from both cars, unfortunately. We'll see if they can try and make it up in the race. Courtney waiting on the grid there. And now pulling away. Ben P17. Oh, 2 cars disqualified from and it's the 2 RBs who have been disqualified from their formation lap here. Grumio and Lalo will get no temperature in their tyres. That could be crucial for them at the start. Obsessed lines up in P16, medium tyres for him alongside Curtis on the hards in the Alpine. HB Cook in his second RDL race, reserving in place of Ted Cannon, lines up P14, and JB starts 13th in this race. Ethan P12 starts on the medium tyre. Alvaro alongside him on row 6 starts on the hards. It's PJ, the next guy inside the top 10. It's AT P9, of course, hot off points last time out. Going to try and get back to back if he can. Cott on the hard tyres, of course, both Cott and Imrie crashed in qualifying. They landed together on row 4. EJ, fantastic qualifying with him with help from the 2 Ferraris. He lands at P6. Dan in P5 after that late puncture last night. Looking to try and redeem himself this time round. Try and close some points in the standings. Keep himself in front of Landlord. Matthew lands at P4. He's looking for a podium finish. We're looking for his first podium finish in the RDL. Grumio lands at P3. Landlord second. Winner last week after Stewart's report. And Che lands up on pole. Of course, Landlord, the last Ferrari winner here at Monza. And to this point, the only Ferrari world champion in the RDL. Che still has a chance to do something about that. But 51 points back with 9 races left to go in the season. Sorry, with 8 races left to go in the season. 9 including this one. Then it's going to be a big ask. But strange things have happened. And a poor race today, perhaps a retirement for Grumio, could potentially mean maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for him in this title fight. It's not over yet. Plenty of racing still to be done, and plenty of it coming here at Monza tonight. As Ben and Courtney Godwin take their places on the grid, the last 2 cars moving in. Courtney's slowing down brilliantly there, plenty of time there. And everyone in position now. So here come the lights for round 16 of the season, the 4th 100% race here at Monza. The lights are on. Lights southward to the floor, and we are underway. Great start there from Che. You can see the lack of tyre temperature. Poor wheel spin from Landlord off the line. Go down towards turn 1 though. Well, Landlord try to get a toe going towards the outside into the first corner. Che on the inside will take the lead away early on. Grumio and Landlord's contacting the pair of them. Going into turn 1, both cars driving each other out. Grumio down to P5 here off the start, and it's all a kerfuffle in the back. Both McLarens off on the sausage curbs there, but Che leads away. Dan takes 2nd place. Landlord 3rd. Grumio now 4th after passing Imrie for 5th. Matthews and EJ, AT, Cott and Ethan, your top 10. 2 McLarens caught on the sausage curbs there. Courtney Goblin left with nowhere to go on the race start. Has Grumio got damage here? He hasn't. Looks all okay for now, but it's falls back behind Imrie here. Might lose up to Matthew too, but Matthew going side by side with EJ into the first of 2 Lesmos. EJ on the outside maintains P6. Che in front, Dan 2nd, Landlord in 3rd. And Che is checked out. He's a 2nd in front already, 1.3 to the good by over his teammate. Landlord in 3rd place still, currently closing. Might try and come back at Ascari, but he saw on the race start, the Ferrari got a much better drive off, and that's what the formation lap does. It's crucial to get his tyres up to temperature over the course of that opening lap. And from there, Grumio and Landlord got themselves disqualified for contact, I assume, on the formation lap, and the lack of tyre temperature. Oh, car off the circuit. Who was that? Ben going off the circuit off at Ascari. Has he got damage? I'm not quite sure in terms of wing. For a second, I thought he'd flown off into the barrier, and that'd be race over for him. What is that McLaren doesn't seem right so far. Wing damage is the end plate loss on the right side of that McLaren as Che comes through to complete the first lap. 2 seconds in front now of Dan going towards that first corner. Landlord to the outside into turn number 1 here. And Dan's a sitting duck. Imrie goes charging through as well, takes P3 away, but does Dan try and go back at him? Grumio diving to the inside, trying to take the place away from Dan 2. Side by side on corner exit. Into turn 3 now, both from side by side, half a length separating them. Grumio edging in front a little bit as going to the braking zone. Boxed in here, Imrie right in front of them. Imrie in P3, Dan down to P5. Not a good start for the Ferrari driver, but of course a fantastic start for the other one. But Landlord starting to close that gap down. It's 2 seconds at the end of the first lap. It's now 1.5, 1.4 as he closes that gap. In terms of batteries, he's using a lot of his. He's used, both cars used a fair bit of battery to open up their advantages here. Imrie in 3rd place, Grumio 4th, and Dan's used the least of his here. So he's currently back there with about 70% of his to play around with in P6. Sorry, that is Matthew. Dan used a lot of his rather. The 2 Aston Martins falling behind, 18 EJ, then in Cotton, HB Cook round the top 10 out. I thought I saw the Alpine of JB going for a move on PJ Sauber. Couldn't quite do it though, and Ben White again there. Struggles early on for that McLaren as the leaders come off the last corner here. DRS already in play. Che fastest lap, Landlord faster, 1:22.2, the fastest lap so far, so bonus point then for Landlord. Imrie towards turn 1. Down in there behind Grumio. In 5th, that's Matthew behind them. The train staying constant, but Che still a bit further in front. Landlord needs a 10th or 2 more. Then into the pit lane. Wing change here for McLaren. Frustrating start to their race. They've got a long road in this Grand Prix, so a long time left to come back as Ben makes his pit exit. And don't be surprised to see him fighting towards the end of the Grand Prix, because I thought we'll get a safety car or something over the course of this race. Che then leading by 1.3 and still in front and out of DRS range from Landlord. He just gets head down now, keep the car under control. The slide out of the second Lesmo. And Landlord's got the pack keeping up with him as of right now, thanks to Imrie having DRS and that, of course, dragging that whole train along. But Landlord's closing that gap. It's close here, it's very tight indeed. It's within DRS range now. So Che will get reeled in a bit faster than he might have anticipated. They're going down towards turn 11 once again. Now I feel split up into 2 packs now. The top 8 altogether, the top 9th on back being led by HB Cook. It goes from 9th to 17th for the Red Bulls sandwich in that group right now. But they've got Courtney Goblin to the outside and JB going towards the last corner. JB, has he got damage of some kind? He's fallen back from that train a little bit here. Looks all okay. Doesn't think there's anything crucial on that race car. He comes back at Courtney Goblin off of the last corner. See the drive off he gets there. Pulls alongside the Red Bull going towards turn 1. DRS in play for him. Those two going side by side. DRS for both cars. Courtney Goblin goes charging through using hot lap mode to his advantage on his DRS and going down towards turn 1. Maintain P16. Ben 30 seconds back from those guys. Work to be done. But Landlord now 3/10 back. He's in DRS range and looking to make a statement. Trying to take the lead early on this thing. And into turn 4. Imrie right behind these guys. Grumio still 4th. 13 points in the game right now from Che to Grumio. I'll bring the gap down to 38 points in the standings. Ben with a penalty, time penalty. Things have not gone well for him so far. It's been a struggle in this Grand Prix for him. Che's got some ERS more, save some store up now. Put it into hot lap mode on corner exit, keeping it in medium though. And Landlord in none, but closing a little bit thanks to that DRS. Keep it on none to try and gain as much as you can. Going through Ascari now. A fantastic exit, but still closing regardless. And the top 8 really flying here. 18 EJ keeping the leaders right now, and it's fantastic to see Aston Martin after a team that struggled so much in the first half or so of the season. Matthew challenging Dan now for P5 off the last corner. We could see a lead change here. I'm thinking Landlord might try and go for the move here towards turn 1 onto lap 5 of this Grand Prix. DRS in deploy. Matthew passing Dan. Imrie looking at Landlord though. Imrie taking second. Will he go for 2? Goes to the inside, going from P3 to P1. Imrie clearing Che at the first corner, and Imrie to the lead. And Haas leading, because both those two cars, Imrie and Matthew, Haas as a team looking for their first win of the season. The closest they came was at Monaco. Of course, Pope was within a few laps of victory before his wheel broke. Oh, and Obsessed fans finds the gravel there at turn 3. Recovers it, sliding around. Gets back on the tarmac again. But it looks to be damaged on that car, so likely we'll see him into the pits this time. Yep, end plate loss and a huge chunk of the wing lost on the left side. So Obsessed will join Ben further back, but Imrie in the lead though. Showed a lot of battery stored up here. And won't go for it just yet, I imagine. I think we've probably seen him go for the lead going towards turn 1 again. Save the ERS up, like may look at overtake as Matthew, speaking of overtake, tries the outside of Grumio for a second there. Dan jumping back a little bit here. Yellow flag for the back out of Ascari. Everyone looks to be all okay. So keep carrying as we are. Down the main straight again, onto lap 6. Che making the charge, making that pass, and Che just sitting duck once again. And we're practically pushing Landlord through turn 1 there, or through towards turn 1. Side by side, second and third. Imrie the better drive off, but on the second phase of the exit, Landlord jumps in front, takes P2 back. Landlord yet to actually lead the race today. Thought he was going to go for the move for the lead on lap 5. Then Imrie came charging through as Grumio, speaking of charging, comes through. Oh, contact with his teammate there. And that might have been damage. It is damage for Grumio. Now, of course, we've seen him race without an end plate before, so this might be a concern for the 8-time champion. Of course, seeking his 9th title this season. Well, this will be a concern for Grumio. Not too sure whether we'll see him in early on. Because, of course, this circuit, well, a lack of front wing is crucial in any capacity. We'll see how he handles it. We'll see if he does come into the pits immediately or if he tries to stick it out. Che, though, reopening his lead. He's back to 8/10 now. And Lando had a job and a half closing in, but of course with DRS and battery to his advantage, I shouldn't think he'll have too much trouble. Che comes to the last corner. I thought for a second he was going to pit, but he's just breaking the toe on corner exit onto lap 7 of this thing. Imrie there in third. Everyone's sort of hung back a little bit now. Everyone's spaced out a lot more. EJ and AT in a world of their own right now. Let's keep an eye out for HB Cook and PJ Keller behind them. There goes PJ to the inside. There goes Cott looking for it too. And Cott makes the pass on both cars. Not sure what happened there. Alba passing JB. Courtney Goblin might try and look into potentially those two still going at it. Curtis P16. Then Ben and Obsessed Gamer in worlds of their own right now. So JB fighting Alba on corner exit. Oh, contact between the pair of them. JB off onto the grass. Unlucky to avoid damage, but that was very, very tight indeed between those two cars. Courtney Goblin now trying to take advantage. I pulled to the inside of Alba, going into turn 4, into the Delaroy chicane. Alba locks up. We'll give Courtney the chance. Contact, close to contact, but Courtney goes around the outside of both cars, and in the end, Courtney finds P13, sorry, only for Curtis to come through and snatch it. So everyone led that little train at some point. What a fight, what a scrap that was. And JB and Alvar, of course, made contact. Now find themselves with all to do as Alvar slides out of the second Lesmo, holds onto the car, and maintains P16. Matthew trying the outside of Grumio here. Third race as a full-time driver in RDN, already challenging the reigning and record drivers champion. Only at Monza, ladies and gentlemen, only at Monza. On to lap 8 then. And Matthew holding station right now. Che leading. Landlord second. Imrie still third. HB Cook being challenged here, or challenging PJ rather. PJ and P9 on corner exit. Cott right behind them. Ethan by himself. And Curtis still leading that little train. Landlord to the inside, looking for the lead for a second, but darts back in. He's got a full tank of battery there. If he wanted to go for it, he could have gone for it. I think he's likely saving himself for the main straight. The run towards Parabolica will be crucial, I think, on the last lap of the race, especially if they're all still together as they are now. Top 5, or top 6 rather, all together here, onto that 9. Matthew's going to the outside of Grumio. just a shift there. Grumio tries the inside of Imri into turn 1. Lock up in front of them. Lionel takes the lead on the outside. It's close here. Both RBs taking advantage. And just at that, 1-2 for those guys. Che and Imri both dispatched, but Che still fighting on the outside. The two title rivals wheel to wheel now. Towards turn 4. Imri might try it as well. Grumio from nowhere on the inside. And Haskar's losing out massively here. Lionel now in the lead. Che second and Grumio third. It's towards turn 8 again. Lionel from Che, from Grumio. Imri, Matthew and Dan. That's your top 6. EJ and AT still going on by themselves in a little train together, but on course some good points there. That'll be 10 points for their efforts. Helping close likely on McLaren. HB Cook there, P9. Of course, as a reserve won't score points. The points will fall to PJ and Cop. Then the question is who gets 2 and who gets 1. Connie Goblin's broken away a bit from the 2 Alpines and from Alvar. So they go side by side into Parabolica. That made for a very nice shot indeed. Lionel there doing what Che did at the start of the race and putting out to 1.4 second lead. Imri for a second, they're trying the inside on Grumio. These guys know how to race each other. They've raced each other for quite a while now. I'd say Matthew likely the least, guaranteed to be the least experienced in fighting this lead pack, at least in this league. But that experience, not that lack of experience, not a factor for him. He goes 3 wide contact there. Oh, big shot for Dan. Safety car without a doubt. And that looked mad. If that was a real crash, I'd be thoroughly concerned for the safety of the driver inside the car. And Matthew trying to defend the inside there. Perhaps didn't see Dan coming. I've never seen a car go up in the air on the bridge like that. The safety car is now out. And Landlord coming in for his first time on the race. That just leaves 1 Ferrari left on the circuit. So Lionel emerges from the pit lane. Early stops being made there. That'll give a chance for both Ben and Obsessed to close up. So Landlord then leads the way again. Che second, Imri third, Matthew fourth after that. Alvar now fifth, of course stayed out. 18 sixth, EJ and Grumio down to 8th, of course I've repaired that wing. HB took 9th, PJ 10th, the order is more or less as it was. Dan out of the race then. Lap 11 then, and we have our first safety car of the evening. And the 2 Ferraris, so now to race just one in the field. talk about after the race, I'd say. But of course, in the meantime, we've got a restart to think about here. Random fortunately leaving the session, so no concern for you guys there. Once everyone closes up, we can have a restart, likely this lap, as Obsessed and JB closes in. Ben Code on the last car on the train. Let's see if we can keep it under control this week. Of course, Chade last week, spin was under the safety car. So waiting for the message from race control saying that safety car will be in this lap. Likely this time round. And there it is, safety car in this time. Landlord, then Shade and Imrie. So more or less, minus Dan, it's back to business as it was. Alpha, of course, the wild card in the middle there, one of the three cars who didn't pit, but of course was already among the action. Just further back in the pack. Will he hinder Grumio's advance through the order? We'll keep an eye on him on the restart, but Landlord, his teammate, leading the way. And Landlord bolting now, but it's got two cars. Oh no, not bolting just yet. There he goes. And Che is round his tail off of Parabolica and back on the restart. Back to Green Flag Racing on lap 13 of this Grand Prix. Che closing and to the inside already. Up the inside of the braking zone, start by side into turn 1, and Che narrowly into the lead on corner exit. There he goes. AT side by side with Alvar here. Grumio looks to try and get around EJ if he can. Boxed in right now, not a lot of place to go. Find around him somehow. One Aston Martin through Alvar defending from EJ. Those two go side by side on the way down towards turn 4. Grumio finds a way around Alvar on the inside and the outside. Makes the move. HP Cook going for it 2 P8 now for the Red Bull. And Che in the lead, but obviously hasn't pulled away as much as he did on the race start. Then time penalty is the second in the evening. So both McLarens with penalties. Obsessed gets on himself now too. Top 4 pulling away. Grumio there behind the two Aston Martins, but will likely look for around the last corner now. There goes the inside of EJ off Parabolica. They go 3 wide now. The two Aston Martins side by side with the reigning champion towards turn 1, but Grumio charging through. And Landlord passing Che on the outside towards turn 1. Che back on the inside, though stays right there with him, blocking up contact. And Imrie, I think for a split second was going to try the outside, but doesn't do it. Kept his end plate. Fortunately, around goes the Alpine. Curtis around. At turns 1 and 2, rejoins behind his teammate just in front of Obsessed. P15 there. Has he got damage? Looks all okay for now. Imrie passing Landlord then. Through turns 6 and 7. Matthew now going to the inside of Landlord going in. I thought for a second he was going to try an Imrie, but it's still alongside the 3-time champion. Ground he goes! Contact there, an end plate loss for Matthew. Cuts across Ascari. The exit of Ascari rather. Oh! Almost slid into the barrier himself. But Matthew down the order here, and we're likely to pit for a new wing. I'll move Grumio into 4th place here, a half second back from his teammate, as Imrie and Che lead the way. Imrie will be going for the lead here with DRS to his advantage on the run towards the first corner. Closing, won't dive though. Che remains in front. Courtney Goblin dive into the inside of Ethan at turn 1. The Red Bull gets through. Oh, I thought it was like tapped out at turn 2. And then Courtney almost off the circuit. It keeps control of the car. Imrie still hustling Che behind. Well, behind Che. Grumio now right behind his teammate. So into turn 7. And these two try to make a broadside attack on the 2 leaders. Landlord, will he try and thread the needle? I don't think even he's good enough to do that. So Imrie then in the lead. Che second. Because Landlord could try it going down towards Parabolica. Won't do it though. I think he's going to try and set up for the main straight, as we've seen him do so many times already today. Imrie's been here before. Will that be a sitting duck once again as Che closes in? He's to defend the inside though. It opens up again. Che won't dive. So Imrie maintains his lead. Everyone keeps it all together. AT and EJ side by side. 2 teammates into 1. Cot behind them. Cot on the outside of them. And Cot clear of 1. He's past EJ. Now finds himself in between the 2 green machines. Well, the other green machine of PJ there is in P9 holding off Alvar. Matthew there keeping going on that lack of end plate front wing. In P11 right now, falling away from Alvar. Might find some pressure from Courtney Goblin, JB and Curtis, the 2 Alpines in behind. Those 2 Alpines haven't been the strongest today. Definitely up to their best. And Che going again. That's Imrie going down towards the corner. Back down towards the sky once again for the 16th time in this race. Won't go for it just yet. Grumio lying in wait behind Landlord. EJ first penalty for him. He sits in P6 right now. HB Cook trying to close on the 3 cars in front, but just one out DRS range out for Scary. Go down towards 11 again. EJ and AT together. Imrie defending the inside again. But Che is still a lot closer and ERS in deploy. Follow overtake and DRS now open. There goes Che. And Landlord and Grumio both want to try and take him too. And Imrie's been swallowed there by all 3 of the challengers, and slight bit of contact between Landlord and Grumio there. So Imrie now down from the up the lead down to P4 as Cot again tries to challenge EJ going through turns 1 and 2. Can't do it. EJ stays in line. Of course, with that penalty now, that'll drop him down the order a little bit. Potentially up the points this stand, but once the field evens out, stretches out a bit more, imagine we see less lossage of possession there. Cot is there, allowing him way out of turn 4 and 5. After Delaroche over to Lesmos now for the leaders. Back 5 in a train together. JB, Curtis, Ethan, Obsessed and Ben. These guys are large kept themselves in the first part of this race. Curtis disconnected for the 2nd time. No DRS on his teammate JB. Curtis closing the gap here. Looks to the inside. Is AI going for it? On his teammate going in. And rejoins going out towards the breaking point. He'll still stay as he is. Run though from Curtis towards the corner. See if Chuck tries to give him back as of yet. There goes Ethan to his inside. Jay come under pressure now from the saddle towards entering turn 1. Curtis looking around, Obsessed behind. Lap 18 now. It's still Che's race. He's led the most so far. Grumio in P3 there, biding his time. Imrie, since losing that race lead, has been stuck back here in 4th. Does Landon look for the lead back this time? Let's wait and see. Lap 19 now, nearing the halfway stage of this thing, and Landon with a great run towards turn 1. 3 wide now for the lead. Cot fastest lap. He's got pace him, that Williams. He's taken both the Astons there. Close to contact to 1. Very tight. I thought he was going to go 3 wide, but Grumio takes the lead away. Che will try and maintain second if he can on corner exit over Landlord. Imrie will be looking for scraps wherever he can get them. Grumio pulling away then. Landon with DRS. Matthew penalty there. Back in P10, still struggling a little bit as it stands right now with that lack of end plate on that car. I imagine waiting for that second stop so we can try and replace it. The question is, of course, look, majority of the hard tyres now, obviously starting on the mediums. So how long do they go as Landon takes the lead back from Grumio entering turn 1? Imrie trying the inside of the first corner. Does this work? It might. Corner exit slide there from Grumio. Che pulling alongside now. He's a bit of overtake. Imrie and Landlord side by side. Imrie falls back into line but goes for it again. Down towards De La Rocha. It's like watching NASCAR almost. Caught in P5, best of the rest right now, just in front of those Aston Martins, but poor exit from turn 5. 18. I thought he was going to go for it for a second there, but doesn't. Hangs back for a second. Our penalty now. It's 5 drivers with penalties in this race. 80 passing car. Clearing him before Ascari. Grumio takes the lead from Che. Che will now have DRS on the main straight. Grumio about some kind of plan here. And watch this play out once again. Comes for the furthest back, we can get the best run. But look at that. Imrie from 4th to 3rd. Almost a second. Wait to take it 3 wide, won't do it. Grumio and Che side by side. Grumio locks up and maintains the lead. Just, and Imrie falls back to 4th place. Contact from Landlord and Che there. Side by side, and Landlord on the outside of Che. Clears him. RB12 once again. HB Cook staying with these guys right now in P8. PJ and Matthews still at it. Matthews he's not doing too bad given he's got a damaged race car. And PJ with a penalty now too, makes that 6. Let's look at your penalties so far. So 3 seconds for everyone except for Alvar and Ben. They've both got 6. So not fantastic for McLaren right now. The homesman goes their way in the second half of this race. I find it's been a constant charge from the 4 leaders who have been far away the best cars out here today. Spread out a bit more now. Grumio got 8th lead. That first corner. Che still in second, but closed the gap a little bit crucially there. So the gap was 8 tenths, now at 5 or 6. All single file as of right now. So not exactly action stations as it was in the restart. Che, the big run there going towards De La Rocha. Where'd that come from? Che on the inside. Oh! Sliding it there. Was there contact with Imrie perhaps? Not sure, but Imrie's down in P2. Curtis out. And there he is. The tower in the car. And I shouldn't that be a safety car. But Curtis struggling, I think, with connection, so perhaps calling it a day there. Unfortunate for him, 22 laps into this thing. He joins Dan in the retirement paddock for now. I imagine very frustrating there, given Alpine overall, perhaps not having the weekend they might have liked as it stands right now. Of course, plenty of time for JB to try and come back. No penalties from as it stands, so could try another point or two as the safety car in the late stages. He's got Obsessed getting right on his tail there in P15. Mercedes still bottom of the constructors. Obsessed points, the only one as of right now. Imrie in second now, but Grumio 1.1 seconds in front. He's dominating this thing as it stands. Of course, the defending winner of this race. Grumio leads, but Lando to the inside. And 3 wide behind them for the Aston Martin and the Williams of Cott. Cott trying the inside. There's contact. Does it work though? It does. EJ went over the curb at turn 2. He's getting very aggressive in turn now. They're getting quite racy at this point in the Grand Prix. Grumio there in the lead, still 1.3 over Landlord now. Imrie third, Shea fourth. Grumio still in control. And Lando penalty there. So first penalty for one of the front runners. In terms of, at least in this lead pack, because EJ was the highest driver, had one in P5 there. But that won't help Lando's case. Not for now. Inside. There goes Shea as well. Shea double whammy, takes both cars there. Imrie looking at the outside of turn 2, can't do it. It's still Shea. P2 once again, but Grumio, the more these guys squabble, the more of a lead you can try and build. So Shea's got to get to work now and try and get away from these two and try and close on Grumio's lead. Landed their P4. That penalty will be crucial from coming into the Grand Prix. If they were to pack like this, it could prevent them from winning the race. Unless we see Grumio do the same thing as he did in Austria. But of course, in that case, Austria is a lot narrower in terms of width to play around on the racetrack. You don't get that sort of luxury at Monza. Down the main straight, it's almost no holds barred there. You get that scope of it when they're all fanning out towards the first corner. And for now, these guys have always got to keep it together and just start trying to close. Closing in, he's doing plenty of that. Takes P2 back. Lando will stay in P4 though. It's about 25 then, almost halfway through this race. Still 1.5. Let's see if I can further back here. See what's everything else going on right now. Everyone looks to be all sort of apart here, except for JB and Obsessed going side by side, going down towards turn 4. Lock up from Obsessed. JB trying to switch back on the outside. Fantastic. He's made that work beautifully. Good move from JB. P14 from now. Struggle for Alpine so far, but JB pulling off moves like that. Fantastic. 4-car train again here. Cott trying to pull an advantage over EJ and AT. Imrie fastest laps. Imrie's got pace in him, but the gap's still 1.6, 1.7 now. Shane to second. And there's AT's inside of his teammate into turn 1. Is AT the ones trying to get around Cop perhaps? Of course, he's got no penalty and will take the position outright if he can pass Cop P5. EJ will have that penalty to think about. Down towards the score again. Grumio continuing to expand that lead. Using hot lap mode to his advantage, he's got plenty of battery saved up. And Che just currently holding these guys off behind him. In terms of tyre wear, 16 laps being done now on these tyres since the stop on the safety car, as Landlord guns for Imri in third. Imri going for Che though, through wide for a second. Imri keeping it on the inside of Landlord at the first corner. Over the curb there, Landlord takes advantage. Imri goes to switch back, can he do it? Can't do it, slides out of turn 2. And oh, caught onto the grass. Caught on the gravel, loses 3 places there. HP Cook now trying to challenge the Aston Martins as AT takes P5. 10 points for Aston as of right now. Guaranteed at least as it stands, but of course with EJ, not sure how many places will change to. Likely be down to P8 in this thing. It's be 14 points in Aston's way. I'll have a look at the Constructors' Championship on my right here. That would be enough, as it stands, to take P8 in the Constructors. So after they spent a long time tied with Mercedes, or just in front of Mercedes rather, the 4 points they held from Duck in the opening advance of the season. Now those are starting to gain on that, but of course the long gap to the 3-car fight for 5th place in standings, that being held by Alpine by 2 points over Red Bull going into this race, and then further 1 back to Kick Sauber. 25 points for McLaren. .8 the gap now. Grumio really flexing some muscle and pulling away. Imri passing Landlord. Grumio is still advancing here, still pulling away. Close a little bit now, down to 2.4, 2.3. Grumio looks to be serving some ERS now. Can breathe easy for a bit here, he's quite comfortable in this thing. That gap, and you'll see it in the mirrors, specks, more or less, is the word to describe what the 3 challenges behind him look like in the mirror. EJ, then AT, then HP Cook, then Cop. Cop fighting back here, close to get back in. Passing the reserve at turn, going towards turn 1. Then a Red Bull, we'll get back to fighting the 2 Aston Martins again. Grumio would likely be looking to have Landlord, or hopefully think about Landlord making a move. 23 laps to go. 24 laps to go, sorry, running across the line. And Imrie again trying to fight his way around Landlord, but Landlord fights his lap though. Those RBs are quick. Inside of Landlord, then to turn 1, contact I think there was in Paradon. I think Che may have given Landlord a nudge there at turn 1. Grumio 3.4 in front. Look at the gap he's pulling. Had a broken wing earlier. That safety car definitely helped them tenfold in this race. Now in terms of tyres from here, because we are sort of nearing the point where the hard tyres will start to hit the cliff. Alvar, look at that, he's still on those same tyres he's been on since the start of the race. 29 laps done those hard tyres. I think trying to go as long as he can, perhaps for a set of soft at the end. Che passing Landon now. Imrie and Che both making moves. Overtake for Grumio off the last corner. 121 there. 124 for Landon. Look at that. The sheer difference in pace. Che passing Imrie. Behind him here, Matthew might try and make a life move on PJ going towards that first corner. DRS deployed and charging past the tower. On the inside, still an iron plate on the left side of that Haas. Not a problem for him. He takes P9 back. Of course, I'm making a conversation about Matthew post-race after the incident with Dan that brought the first safety car. The question is, do we get another one in this Grand Prix? We're past halfway now. We're into the second half of this race. And everyone's done at least 20 laps in their current tyres, so we're not seeing anything fresh on the track right now. AT holding his line right now, holding his position. Not going for anything on EJ as of yet. Right, 32. Still 20 laps left to go. Imrie and Che again going at it towards turn 1. Imrie wins out, sorry. With P2, but for how long here? Landon pulling away a little bit now. But Che and Imrie trying to get their skates on and trying to pull away from the RB, but not to be right now. It's close to get back in. It's another 6 seconds back to EJ in 5th. 4.2 to the leader in front. An incredible second part of the race. Che again making the move, so they're not going back and forth for now. Aston teammates not too close as it stands. And everyone except those two packs quite spaced out right now. Not a ton going on. And you wonder if Grimio's lead will be encroached from whether anyone will try and close the lead down. Oh, apologies, I've dropped my controller. That's not good. And that's the bloopers. We'll continue on though. Riding the ball with Chase Ferraris, Imrie closes the gap, but Black going to go for a move. We've seen this move being made countless times during this Grand Prix. Grimio being able to break that train. He's got 5 seconds now to the leaders. To the rest of the leaders. Lando will receive challenge Imrie into the last corner. Won't do it. Imrie stays in line. That's goes off his line a bit there. Sliding slightly on corner exit. Lando going right to his inside. Off of Parabolica. Imrie defends. Great run there on Che. For the pull to the outside. Imrie back in P2 now. Be good points for Haas. Help him advance further on Williams and Stang. Cotton has been enticed. 3 wide there. Cotton to the grass. Going for that move. That was audacious from the Williams car. It might just work here. Through turn 2. I don't think it has, crucially. At least not on both cars. EJ still there with him. Side by side, going through towards turn 4. Oh, JB in the pit lane. Perhaps can signal the last of the stops. Oh, and a penalty from 2. And Cott still finds himself behind EJ. Right on his tail there, going towards 7. But JB, 10-second penalty there. Ben in as well. Speaking of the pit lane for the Alpine driver, Ben keeps his under control, making more likely to be his final stop of the race onto these medium tyres. What does Grimio do? What do the leaders do? Is there anything that these guys can do to try and close the gap? Will the top 4 stay out? HB Cook challenging. Oh, contact with AT there. Going through Parabolica. Sliding. Keeping the car under control, but Cott dives into the pits. So split strategy there in terms of the fight between Williams and Aston Martin in this race. Williams obviously with all their efforts focused on Cott in an attempt to try and get him some points. Medium tyres going on. Cott took those last ones. 24, 25 laps. So we should be able to let these guys the last 17. 5.4 seconds. Grimio continues to expand that lead. Ben emerges behind Lando, Imrie and Che. We'll keep that train, we'll get DRS. Imrie is being challenged by Ben. Sorry, not being Lando challenging Che, going towards Ascari there, towards turn 8. Couldn't do it, but now finds stuff back in line to approach once more. Ball to the outside, take their place earlier. Did he lift it there? Was that almost like brake checking on Imrie? Not quite sure what that's about. Grimio fastest lap at about time. On 25 lap old hard tyres. What a lap that must have been. Towards someone again. Che passing Imrie, passing Landlord 2. To turn 1. Contact! And both cars drive each other on. Imrie takes full advantage, passing both of them there. What a switchback from Imrie. Gets back into P2. And contact once more between Che and Landlord. The scrap continues on once again. I'll try on the outside, contact there. And the more they fight again, Grimio pulls away. Landlord takes P2. Of course, how's that penalty to think about? It is just 3 seconds, but it'll drop him to 4th. I think his game plan is trying to pull away from his 2 behind as his teammate did, but struggling with that right now. Grimio is dominating. He's won all 3 of the 100% races so far, and he looks on for number 4 here. people on the move out. And Che followed him all the way over. And that pulls to the outside. Won't do it. Landlord trying it. In contact again on the tap there. And Imrie needs to try and start working on advancing on Grumio. So the final phase of pit stops not quite beginning just yet. Courtney Goblin into pit lane himself in P10. Did a decent job there today for Red Bull. Of course, Red Bull driver that can score points in this thing. Medium tyres go onto that race car, so fresh ones for the finish. Does anyone try and take some soft tyres to go to the flag? A safety car here would likely force everyone onto mediums, minus the guys who have made their stops already. In terms of the top 9, have all been on those same tyres since the safety car. And if we get one even later than that, will it come down to a late race restart perhaps? It's all to be decided here in Monza. I say don't go anywhere because this could still find itself having a fantastic finish. It's the thing with live sports. You never leave before the end. Imrie off turn 11, 8.6 behind Grumio. Shows 7th back, closing that gap, but likely won't make the pass at turn 1. But Landlord is the biggest concern. The Landlord's the inside, making the move stick. And Ben keeping with these guys right now. Just watching this train of Sesgamer, another penalty for him. He's in P11 as of right now. But of course, the majority of cars around full stop. He's been on those same hard tyres since his pit stop in the first stint, prior to the safety car. Imrie looking for a podium finish here. It's likely he'll get it thanks to Landlord's penalty. If he gets one from himself, that could be a struggle. Grumio off of turn 11. And starting the final 15 laps of this race. Towards turn 1 again. DRS in play for Landlord and Che. Landlord to the outside. Locks up a little bit, but has the inside for 2. But he wants revenge for that switchback earlier. Imrie says, none of that. I'll maintain my spot. Thank you very much. You keep to yours. But Che watching this drama unfold, and Ben has a front row seat for it. Obviously can't get involved himself. And this will massively hurt Che's championship chances right now. He'll be losing another 11 points. That would get up to 62 in the standings. It's Ben, for a second, finds the inside of the Ferrari. Grumio, then look at him go. You put him in a situation, you watch him open the gap on these, just sit there and watch him go to work, and he continues to dominate and continues to impress. He's almost 10 seconds clear. Remarkable job done by him. He's found his groove. Imrie finds Landlord again in his mirrors, and now this time in front of him. Down the race again. On to lap 40 now. Imrie makes the pass. Che goes for it too. 3 wide. Che clears him. So direct swap. Aston Martin still doing fantastic right now. Both cars admittedly with penalties. Hasty looks like huge advantage today. He'll be finishing P5 as it stands. Matthew in P8. Cotton over the tyres. He's got 12 seconds to close in over the next 13 laps. Whether he can do it, I have to wait and see. But we'll see late stops from the guys around him. Not too sure. Because everyone looks content in their tyres right now. Again, a late safety car would change absolutely everything in this Grand Prix and give us a late showdown. Will we see one? Lando passing Imri there, back down to P4 for him. Che in second. The best he can do as of right now is finish in second place if Grimio's going to win this one. To one again. It's Lando in control of second place, but for how long? It's gone back and forth between those three drivers for the last 10-15 laps or so. They continue to scrap, and whoever emerges from the last corner in P2 is anyone's guess. But as of right now, it's all behind Grumio. And Lando obviously with that penalty, so that will likely finish fourth in this race. Oh, contact again! Che onto the runoff there. It's back off bit, and likely blue flags come back into play as Ben will have to let him go. Waiting for that DRS again. When does Lando try and brake? When you try and pull away from the two cars behind him? Right, 42 now. Still plenty of racing to come, but unless some sort of mistake comes from Grumio, I doubt we'll see anyone else win this race. It's a race for second now between these three cars, and a race for fifth between the cars behind them. They have two Aston Martins, HP Cook's there. Cox now 8.5 seconds back. He's gaining time at a rate of knots here. PJP9. These guys are all safe in terms of their respective time penalties. Because obviously HP Cook can't score points, so EJ and AT will get their spots back. Cotton needs 5 seconds more to get to PJ and take that place. An absolute charge here. In the late stages of this Grand Prix, as Lando passes Imri again. Into Ascari. It's rare to see the passes made there. Again. And nearing the final 10 laps. Caught penalty there. And that will dampen his charge a bit as Lando loses up 2 places once more. And Cott now needs to pass everyone himself. In terms of the gap to the Aston Martins he was fighting earlier, he is about 16-17 seconds back from those guys. So work to be done. And he's been on those medium tyres already for 8 laps. He'll be ending up with 2 points. As of right now, Alvar holds the last point, but with that penalty, Ethan will likely snatch it. One reserve in the top 10. Being the Red Bull. 12 seconds now. Grumio has found his groove and found his form. He's 10 laps from an emphatic win at Monza. And these three have just gone at it in a constant scrap. It's more or less since we got racing again. I think it's likely from here we'll see no more pit stops in this race. These guys are all trying to make the one stop work. They've been on these tyres about 40 laps or so when we reach the second flag and should be able to stay on them. Any concerns tyre-wise? Will we see, perhaps as we saw in Zandvoort last time, any late punctures in this thing? That'll be the question. Of course, the majority of your lap here is spent at very high revs. Which is like spent at full throttle. That's the words I was looking for. And what effect will that have on the tyres? Imri and Che will be hoping that something happens to this guy up front. But for now, they've just got to scrap between themselves. AT passing EJ going into Ascari. Caught now, just 3.8 seconds back from PJ. This is good charge to keep our eye on in these last 10 laps. And Alvar still holding P11. What do you think? Cotton and EJ be obsessed and Ben by themselves right now. Of course, minus Ben, who's currently stuck behind the three fighting for second place. Getting a front row seat for his front and one horse grab. As Che takes second place back. The Astons there, still together. P5, P6, and on for those good points. It's going to be 18 points, and that's more points. They've scored more points today than they've scored in the first 15 races. They've scored 16 in the first 15 rounds of the championship. They've scored 12 together. They both became full-time drivers. It'll be 18 points regardless of who scores them, going their way. So good day for Aston Martin here. And just the 1 point for McLaren. And it could be 0 now because Ethan's made that pass for P11 off of Alvar. So no points for McLaren as it stands. Oh, Alvar onto the grass there. Perhaps those chances of points may be out the window now. Imri holding second. Caught passing PJ. Caught Rick PJ made the pass. Works be done. There's 10 seconds to the next car. Matthews still going with that lack of end plate. On some decent points for Haas there. Just 15 points going Ferrari's way as it stands, with Che in third. It could be 18. But it will be, as it stands, 22 points going Haas's way. Yellow flag. That is the Williams of Cott, who's struggled a bit here. Going to be a fastest lap. He's 4 himself back behind PJ. And those 35 lap old hard tyres. Lap 47, we're into the last 10 laps. We've just 6 laps to go when you next cross the line. And not making the pass. Yellow flag on the main straight. HB Cook looks slow. Who is it? Has someone got a problem? Everyone looks okay. Cotley Goblin 3 seconds. That Red Bull doesn't look right. No punch or anything. Everyone looks okay. No chance for a safety car. Lap 48. Six laps to go. It's been a commanding drive from Grumio. The likes of which I haven't seen in quite some time. Well, likely since he last did it. Che again with a pass. See, at this point, Landlord is essentially a roadblock in the fight between Che and Imri, because those guys are the ones who are fighting for podium places. Landlord's guaranteed to finish P4, short of these two both making a mistake and taking each other out in the last lap. So Landlord is almost a chaotic neutral in this fight, finishing P4 regardless. He's just here to cause chaos and try and pull away from the two-guard ground if he can. And this time it's Che who falls back. Che big penalty. Cott now back around PJ. I think his chance to finish any higher than 9th place today are gone. Now Alvar falling back from PJ now. So it's double points for Sauber right now. 3 points going their way. That will help them to pull in front of Red Bull. And we're also tied in with Alpine. Jumping from 7th place in the championship to tied 5th. Matthew now making the pass to HB Cook. On the inside there towards the corner. Is he starting to close a bit here? On the two Astons perhaps. Of course, but all three have they all got the same number of penalty? They do. So this is a fight for position here. Matthew could try and get that P5. He's got pace left in those hard tires by the looks of it. Keep an eye on him in the closing laps. Could be set for a very interesting finish behind the race leaders. AT on corner exit, making the pass to his teammate. They've all got penalties, and Matthews closing in, 1.8 behind. And again, if they squabble, he'll close in further. We go fastest sector again, up by 200 on his last effort. Imri there second. Bonus point going his way as of right now, but of course this will be the last season which we get those bonus points. Into season 19, there will also be F1 2025 rule change. No more fastest lap point. But there it is again, up by a 10th in the last sector. What did he eat for breakfast today? I'm very curious. 4 laps to go. Imri there, the move being moved on by Landlord. Che going for it too. So Che into a net second place right now. And props to these guys as well. They've kept pace with each other throughout the event. They've been fighting consistently and no real major contact. Nothing like that. EJ and AT again closing. Matthew 1.2 behind these guys. Cott is 6.7 behind HB Cook. And he's 7.7 clear of PJ. So Cott's on course for 4 points right now. That's 4 points for Williams. They'll bring up to 189 for the season. 2 points for Haas as of right now. 4th and 7th. Excuse me, 3rd and 7th that would be. Help them increase their margin of Williams, who are more or less set in 4th. Ben penalty there. It's been a big struggle for the McLarens today. It's fallen off the pace of the three he was trailing behind. And Alvar now placed out the points with those 6 seconds to think about too. Ethan all by himself here and just needs to bring the car home to take those points for Sauber. Landlord fastest lap and caught with another penalty. And that might be the end of his ambitions here in attempts to try and take away any more points. It looks like P9 for him. With just 3 laps to go, that penalty will be a dampener to his day. And Matthew now in DRS range with 2 Aston Martins. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the position. Matthew trying to go for it in the closing moments of this Grand Prix, in the closing laps. So the Aston Martins scored between each other for the last 20 laps or so. And now Matthew will take them on in the same way Cott did earlier on in the race. The question is, can he get around both of them? They've been tough customers to any challenges today. HB Cook challenged him as well. Of course, that was a 4-car train at one stage. Cott was there, came into the pits, got medium tyres on. HB Cook stayed with him, but dropped back. And now Matthew is in range to try and take both cars on and try and walk away with 5th place. And meanwhile, Imri still looking for P2. Landlord is holding Che in position. Up front, Grimio through Pavloka. 2 more laps to go for him. And fastest lap again, nicking it back from his teammate. 1 minute 20.9. What a lap. Matthew passing AT into Ascari. JB 10-second penalty. Corner cutting there. 26 seconds to JB's name today. 10 of those coming from spinning the pits. 10 seconds for corner cutting and 6 seconds for track limit warnings. And up front here again, the race for second continues. Che and Imrie both know the score here. A penalty or damage later on could be the end of their charge. Doesn't matter whether they finish in front of Landau or not. As long as they stay right behind him or just in front of him and in front of the other car, it'll be second place for him. Matthew made the pass from AT. AT won't come back at him. Matthew will now be hunting down EJ, but EJ starting to pull away. EJ a second in front. Trying to secure those points for Aston Martin. HB Cook, how much does he gain here? Because he's 2 seconds behind those guys right now. Just 2 seconds behind AT. Matthew might just be safe in 6th. Che passing Imrie again. Side by side towards Ascari. Che is the one in second position. Net on the racetrack. Grumio coming through now to start his bell lap. The last lap, 53rd and final tour around Monza. And it's been a fantastic drive for the other Italian team on the grid. Coming over the 1-2. Unless something goes wrong in this final lap, it looks to be 1-4 for RB right now. Che going for the move. This could be the one. This will be the fight for second place. Last lap then, both cars are DRS. And both cars are battery too. Che pulling away. What does Imrie try? Big lock up there from Imrie. He heard the tyre squeal going to turn 1. Right on Che's tail now. And Che won't have DRS going down towards Ascari. That might be the place to make the move. Grumio though through the second Lesmo now for the final time. And this will be for win number 10 of the season. He won last week on track at Zandvoort for win number 10, but Landau won it after the Stewards report. He's just got 1 sector to go now. And 1 corner out of Ascari. 1 more corner, the famous Parabolica to come. Behind him though, 18 seconds back. Che defending from Imrie for what could be the last time, but Che using the overtake. Might be safe in second. 1 last chance for Imrie as Grumio rounds the final corner to take another victory this season, take a big step closer to his 9th RDL title. Grumio takes the flag and wins here at Monza, and Che has to hold off Imrie for 1 last time. Both cars using overtake. Imrie to the outside into the last corner. Can he get him? Wide a bit on corner exit. Both cars using overtake. It means there's going to be a scrap right to the finish line here. And Imrie by a half a car, by a full car length, takes second place. Che in 3rd. Landau 4th. Matthew trying the outside of EJ in the last corner. Locking up. Both cars side by side. The car on the inside won the last one. Can both Haas cars win their photo finishes? No, they can't. EJ for P5. Matthew P6 by less than a 10th. 87th. And Cott close to HB Cook. HB Cook takes it. Won't score the points. Cott will finish in 9th place. And PJ will come through to take P10. Connie Goblin passing Ethan the last lap. But the penalty there. Is Ethan out of fuel? Regardless, Ethan will take the last point on offer. Thanks to Connie Goblin's 6 seconds of time penalties here. So Connie over the line. Ethan P12. Obsessed in P13. And JB, who the last corner, the last finish today. Both McLarens finishing a lap behind. So JB up towards the line. P14 for him. But Grumio by a dominant margin then wins the Italian Grand Prix. It's another big step towards the title. Imrie takes second. What a move in the final corner. A number of close scraps at the very end of the race. And everyone kept it clean all the way through to the end. Cott's late charge denied. Fantastic race, and Grumio's dominance there over the course of that Grand Prix cannot be understated. Another victory for him this season, another victory to add to that illustrious tally, and Grumio looking to extend his own record of winning a 9th consecutive driver's title. Che there in 3rd. He'll lose a fair bit of ground in the standings today. But victory for Grumio once again then around Monza. It's back-to-back victories here in Italy. The rest of the results, and sorry, actually, I'm going to get the results today. Grumio wins the race from Imri, then it's Che 3rd, EJ 4th, Matthew in 5th, AT 6th, and HP Cook 7th, Cot, PJ, and Ethan round out your top 10. Then it's Cockney Goblin, Obsessed Gamer, JB, Landlord, Alvar, Ben, Curtis, and Daniel Aaron. Those guys found to finish the race here today. But a fantastic effort from these guys all around. Thoroughly enjoyable race, thoroughly deserved win for Grumio. I'm not surprised. I actually managed to get the results on the screen today, which is always good. So that'll do it for the racing then. And of course, we'll see in terms of any sort of conversation we could get post-race from anyone who is involved in that almighty Grand Prix. Very, very enjoyable stuff. Of course, very entertaining fights down the field in that race. Of course, the race for second place over the course of that one. The Aston Martin scrapping with Cot, scrapping with HP Cook, scrapping with Matthew at the very end. And good points for Aston today, has to be said. They've done fantastically well. Thoroughly enjoyed that race. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Of course, that safety car may have neutralised the field massively over the course of that race. And from there, Grumio had a slightly easier route to victory, but obviously had to restart 8th place because Cord made that stop, held up a little bit, changing his front wing. And when I saw the end plate go, I didn't think he was actually going to win the race from there, but he's managed to come back through. It's incorrect of me to deny Grumio in a situation like that after all these years of watching him win race after race after race. But, you know, we have Obsessed Gamer in for a late chat, but of course, relatively quiet race for Obsessed today. Buddy, talk to me. What happened out there?
It was a pretty fun race. I kept getting stuck behind the two Alpines. I got stuck behind Curtis, and then Curtis, he was just in and out of the race the entire time. I think he was having some connectivity issues. But his AI just kind of gave me a little tap, and I kind of went off, and then I had to replace my wing. So I dropped all the way down to the back. So the safety car was really, really nice that came in when it did. Let me catch back up and have a fighting chance. Yeah, I think the pace overall after that was pretty decent. I know JB and I had some good battles. I don't know if he enjoyed them as much as I did. So that'll be something to ask about. But yeah, I think overall good pace. At the end, I did have a really weird strategy call. My engineer wanted me to pit for softs with like three laps left of the race, and I don't know what was going through his head.
Honestly, he gets some ideas, that race engineer. I'll give him that. But obviously, P12 on the road at the end of the race, because one place off of the points thanks to obviously the reserve in P7. I did want to ask, in terms of the tyre wear, how is that over the course of the Grand Prix? Because you guys were on those tyres. I think the majority of you guys were on tyres since the safety car came in. So, it's obviously minus that potential change to softs your engineer was talking about. How was the tyre wear for you today?
The tire wear was really non-existent for me. I don't know how long I was on the hards for, but I think I was on them from like lap 12 or 14, and then all the way up until like 40 something. So that's like 30 some laps, and I was only at 30 some percent tire wear on the front and like 40 on the back. So it wasn't too horrible.
Fair enough. I saw it. And I just thought to myself, how are you guys still staying on those tyres in terms of in sort of decent condition? But I mean, if that was the situation, then obviously not too bad there at all. Of course, 4 of those 100% races down. Are we still of the opinion that they're enjoyable races?
Yeah, I enjoy them a lot. Only thing is my toes get cold, but that's my only complaint about them. So
Fair enough. I mean, they're
yeah,
definitely.
I enjoy them.
Yeah, they certainly look enjoyable from where I'm sat here. Of course, last question for you. Obviously, next week, Azerbaijan Sprint Circuit. Street Circuit is the word I'm looking for. What's the get? Because that's followed by Singapore. So 2 street circuits, one after the other. in terms of street circuits, how do we approach those ones?
I quite like them. I just normally race them. That's how I approach it. Just go in and try to score some points. Um, but Azerbaijan, I mean, you got to be careful of the castle section right there. Really easy to, end your race and possibly whoever's behind you, depending on when it happens. So last season, I didn't actually finish Azerbaijan because I ran off the runoff road and then lost a front tire on the barrier
Oh,
while trying to get back onto the track. Um, so it'll definitely be an interesting race, though.
yeah, I'd have to agree. And, I think we'll be looking to try and finish this one this time around, yeah?
Yeah,
Sounds good, mate. Well, obviously, good pace today. Obviously, solid job for reaching the flag. I thought these 100 races are always difficult in that regard. And perhaps we'll see you around here next week.
yeah, definitely. And thanks to you for streaming all of that. It's definitely not easy just to stream 100% races.
I mean, you guys do a good enough job of keeping me awake, keeping me entertained for about an hour and a half or so. So it works both ways. All good. Well, that'll do it then for us here at the RDL. Just the one interview for tonight. So that'll do us for coverage. And of course, we're going into the next race, which will be the first race of April. That'll be on April the 7th, being held at the Azerbaijan Baku City Street Circuit. Same place, same time on the Zach RC channel. Of course, make sure to subscribe if you are new for more future RDL action. Have a fantastic evening. Until the next race, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.